Hey guys, it's Turbo. Sorry I haven't been on in a while. I've just had so much stuff going on. Alright, so I'm here today to talk about how the last 6 months have been, how it's gotten better and how it's gotten worse in AQ. Overall, I think the game has become a lot better. Uh, Basically, I'm going to do this sort of thing every 6 months. I did the last one on April 26th, and now it's October 26th, so yeah. Um, the game has gotten a lot better. I like how you can. I like how almost all of the Mastercraft or Uber armors have gotten uh, buffed and or not buffed, swept rather. And I think it's really good what they've done with all of that. Uh, Overlord's Dynasty. I see that. I really like that armor. I think it made the rain armor was completely obsolete before that, and I think what they did with that was really good. And kudos to the AQ team for that. That was just really good. That being said, there are some things I haven't liked in the last 6 months, but they're much less than all the stuff I have liked. It feels like every single week something something that was like, how should I put this? The best energy weapon for some build or something gets just gets becomes obsolete, or becomes there's something that's better immediately. And I don't like how every few weeks we have to change equipment. Like almost every build has to change something. And I guess in the course of a year, I'm betting that a lot of I think I've probably changed my entire equipment in the course of a year. Um, Not just from leveling up, but from new stuff coming out. And the thing I don't like about that is it feels like there's not as much like you have to farm, you have to get that gold, or you're not going to be able to get the stuff you need, and or you're not going to be as good as other people are. And the thing I don't like about that is it's a bit too much. And like for people like me who don't have overly amount of free time, um, it's not very good, I guess, for me. That being said, that is what AQ seems to be now. That you have to get with the program. You have to be able to switch fast and not have to worry about it and stuff. So, but I've really liked the game overall in the last 6 months. And the next thing I want to talk about is the the Uber armors that were all swept. Now the first, well, now that was actually a lot of damage for communicant set. That's why I said the first armor to be um the first of them to be swept was the Overlord and the Twilight. And the Overlord says now much more useful. Before that, it had absolutely no use whatsoever. Now it's actually useful item. So I really like that. I think that has made this just so much better. And yeah, just much better. All right. I'm trying to figure out what this quest is actually. Like, what's so important about? What's Anyway. So yeah. The Overlord set I think has gotten a big, or rather, the rain set became much better with this new update. As for the Twilight set, I honestly don't think this made that armor much better. I thought that Shadow Cloak was a really good armor. Um, I always thought Shadow Cloak was a really good armor, even before. I never thought it was obsolete per se. I always thought it had some use for being a like somewhat defensive, somewhat offensive. Now it's fully defensive, so I don't like that as much. I guess it needed to happen. So yeah, really needed a fully defensive darkness armor, and so I guess that is good for the game. But yeah, as for the communicant set, The communicant set is now absolutely useless to pretty much anyone other than mages. For mages, it's probably the best thing that could happen for them. They have their own spell, regeneration armor, and it's just yeah, it's really good for them. So mages got the best out of that. All right, let's switch to my Thunderchick. I've not updated my pets. I still have a while to go with that, but I've gotten all my armors and my miscellaneous items and my shields pretty much down. Weapons, I still need to get a few. I'm gonna see if I can save up Z tokens to buy the ranged energy weapon. Until then, I'll use Mjolnir. I think that's how you say it, Mjolnir. So yeah, the one thing I really haven't liked is the fact that everything becomes outdated or uh, not as useful very fast. That being said, I really like the Taladosian set. I think that's a really, really good set. Let me just switch the shield. I love how that looks too. That like, just looks epic. I really like how it's just become a big, uh, just this really, really nice set. I like the miscellaneous item that gives you the misc that gives you an extra, what is it, -10 to water. It's better than this, the pirate cap. However, I'm gonna stick with the pirate cap until I have something that I think until I'm level 150 and I can actually get that. So with that, I could actually get water down to 7%, which is like amazing. That's really, really good. Really though, I can actually get darkness to 6 without, which I really like a lot. Um, Now the last thing I want to touch on is the changing of all the gold and experience and stuff like that. Um, in the beginning, I was really, really confused as because I hadn't played in a bit. I went off on a vacation from like in the beginning of June, and the whole thing changed. The whole system changed around then. When I first got back, when I first like logged back in and saw like um when I and saw like the gold as something dropped, I was like, whoa, what's going on? This is crazy. And I thought it was a pretty bad thing. I was thinking, oh, now everything's going to cost some insane amount of money and blah blah blah. But then I realized it's actually a really good thing. I think it's much more balanced the way gold is now, with how everything has changed. It's like you don't have to. You still have to work about as hard, but it's not. It's just not as. It's just more uniform. I feel the goal because before it felt like some things were a lot of money and some things weren't for some levels, and now all the gold for pretty much the cost for almost everything for levels is about uniform, and I really like how that's happened because it didn't take too long. It wouldn't take too long to get used to the new system. All you have to do is fight for a while, and you'll get back enough gold that you need to buy the stuff you need. And I think that's really nice how they've done that. Uh, Now, as for the experience, now this I actually don't like as much. I actually think it was more useful when we had 2 million, and you had to get to 2 million experience every time. I understand that if they're gonna change one thing, they should probably change the other. Like you would want to see 10,000 experience from a monster and then 500,000 gold or something like that. Doesn't it doesn't make sense to have experience be such a different on a different level than gold is. But I think it would have made more sense to just make. I think it was much better the way experience was per se because 2 million gold is not, or not, sorry, no, 2 million experience. I just liked how that was where you didn't have to sit in your shield, or you didn't have, or rather, sorry, you could have multiple places to farm and stuff, and you didn't have to like depend on certain places. Now with the new experience thing, I feel like I'm really, really working hard to get to the next level. A little too hard than I was back when it was 2 million. However, that being said, when it was 2 million, I don't know if I was working hard enough to get to the next level. But I mean, if you're gonna spend the time to farm, you're gonna spend the time to farm, and you don't want to. Uh, like at the higher levels, if you say you were level 130, yeah, 130 before it jumped up to 150, and we got all the extra stuff. You're probably going to want, you're probably gonna want some change of place to farm and such. That's the one thing I don't like is that I'm having to go back, fight these essences over and over again, and it's painful to be honest because the essences are tough. They're not fun to fight. For me, they're overly tough because I have zero endurance. I really have to put in work. And I have to be careful, and that's not what farming was before. I didn't have to be careful and predict my opponent's moves. However, this it does mean that there's more strategy involved, and there's less of just click a button, click attack over and over again. So that is a good thing that you can't just sit and click attack and expect to win. At least not for me. I have to work my butt off, honestly, like healing MP, healing HP, nerfing them, and just spending the time. But it's just I feel like it's too tedious, and it's the same thing. There's more strategy, but it's the same thing to get 16 million gold. And while I don't have to farm at the essences, if I farm anywhere else, the gold that you get is just not even close to par. Like here, I mean, I know people have said this is a good farming spot and such, but what? Look at that. 62,000 gold. 62,000 is not even close to what I have. I have 89 million. Yeah, million. 89 million gold. That's not even close to that, and that 89 million is from hard pushed fights with these essences. Really, really just tough fights that they're not easy. And or sorry, not 16 million gold from the essences. That would be crazy. I meant 1,600,000. And this is just. I feel like there's just nowhere else to go that will give you that as continuously. The essences give you over 1.5 million gold, and the only thing closest to that, I guess that monster in the void that you can fight. I don't even know if you still can. That gives you like 2 million, but it is weaker than the essences. But it requires more strategy once again. And I'm not one to. And I know strategy is a good thing. I mean, it makes it so you can't just sit in an armor and attack like I'm doing right now. But farming, it's like it becomes overly tedious. For me, the essences are a challenge. To others, they're not. To me, I have to work hard. I'm repeating myself now. Sorry. But what I'm really trying to get at is I don't think the the whole thing with the experience. Gold I can agree with. I mean, I think you should work hard to get more gold. I don't think you should be able to just get it. But experience, I don't think is the same way. I just think there should be a little more. It should be a little bit easier than it is right now to farm experience. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed watching. If there's anything I missed out, tell me, because I'll make another video, probably. Because I'm that kind of a person. And I'm bored enough on this 3-day weekend that I would do that. But yeah, if you think I missed anything and you want me to talk about any particular subject, just tell me and I will. I'm also going to remember if you think I should make that video with the elemental resistances, tell me, because I was thinking of making a commentary version and a non-commentary version for those of you who enjoy both kinds of videos that I make. Yeah, I guess that's about it. As always, leave a comment or something saying telling me how I did in my video, or if what I thought was complete crap or whatever. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.